Hi friends, it's Allison. Welcome back to AJ's Inspired Life. Welcome back to another flip through. This is my October creative daily journal. If you are new here, welcome. I'm super glad you're here. If you're returning, welcome back. You know I love you, and I'm super glad we can hang out and inspire each other. So, this is a recycled journal I found at the thrift store, I think for $1. I ripped out the insides, used them for other stuff, and then put in Halloween paper to make one fat signature. But you can see this is not, it's not happy in here. But that's okay. I think it's beautiful and chunky. I did put some beads on here for a dangle. My advice would be to do that at the end of the month and not the beginning, because like I had to be very diligent about it being out of the way for my journaling, right? I went ahead and just put some Halloween paper on the front. This is a printable from Pam at the Paper Outpost, and some stickers for my title. So, okay, here we go. I did do a title page. This is scrapbook paper here. Want to make sure I have you. And please forgive me if the sound quality, is not as good as usual. You guys, I am without a microphone because my earpiece, my plug thing, is no longer working. And so it's more important for me to have the phone plugged in than it is. Yeah. Anyway, so I hope you can hear me all right. I do apologize. This is actually the second time I filmed this, so we'll see if we can make it through without the phone cutting out this time. So here we go. And this will be part one, because I normally do it in two halves because, I don't know, I tend to chat a bit. So, all right. I went ahead and put up the monthly calendar just on the title page. This is from Pam. I stamped some Halloween stamps on some, it was like a leftover bag maybe from something we got, food bag or something. This is my monthly calendar. Now, again, if you're new here, I'm super glad you're here and welcome. If you're returning, you know I've been trying to incorporate this into my journal for the last few months now. I think this is month 3, maybe 4. I'm not too sure, but I'm not in love with it. I definitely have seen it in other people's journals, and I absolutely love it, and I don't absolutely love mine, but it's okay. I'm getting there. So I do enjoy using up all my little stickers. It has a little tidbit like from the day, and no writing. I mean, it's not to journal on for me. It's just, yeah. So anyway, up here, I did use nail polish, like sparkle black and white and silver nail polish that is from the Dollar Tree. If you've seen me use that before. So, yeah, I don't know. I like it. I'm not in love with it, but I like it. So we're going to continue to evolve it. All right. I'm giggling because, like, I obviously, like I said, I just filmed this and I just told these stories. And so I'm just like, oh, they don't get any better. Okay, here we go. Excuse me as I drink my coffee. Okay, so the first of the month, we are in Montana visiting Rue. And we're at the hotel, and I woke up in a really pissy mood. And I get anxious when I don't like know what's happening, right? And my husband and I are like polar opposites. And so I had an expectation for how the day would go. We had talked about a certain hike. We had talked about a breakfast spot. We had talked about a couple things. Well, he is up way earlier than I am, which is, completely normal. And he's on his phone and he's looking at all this stuff. And he like wakes me up at like 7 o'clock and he's like, hey, we got to get up. We got to go. Like, I found us a hike, like, and I'm like, whoa, first of all, like, I'm here for it. If you tell me that's the plan, I'm up, I go to the gym. I do, if that's the plan, I'm good to go. But please do not wake me up from a slumber, with like, we got to go. You know what I mean? So I was just, you guys, I was just in a pissy mood. I was. And so he had found this beautiful place to hike, but it was like an hour and a half drive away in a place, obviously, we've never been before. And it was like a 2-hour hike in to maybe hour and a half in, oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm just like pissing and moaning for literally probably the first 45 minutes, even though he got me coffee. And he's trying his best, and I'm trying my best, but I'm now anxious because I don't know if we're going to be back in time to like see our daughter, and because she had practice in the morning. So anyway, I was like, we have to go, like, and so anyway, it took me a while to like get into gear. So anyway, that's why I have this up here. It says, you drive me bananas, because I'm telling you, marital bliss. But of course, course, once I get there and start hiking, we took a little picture of our hiking shoes, and that's like a whole nother story, like from our honeymoon 25 years ago. But anyway, we always take a picture of our shoes. So, and then I have this little quote, and it says, even when you think your partner's behavior is in error, remember that your response is a choice. And that is just like completely it. And I knew I was acting like not nice. I mean, I wasn't mean, but I just was like grumbly, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, but it was anxiety. And I just, and I was telling him that, and, you know, he of course is like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And I just could not incorporate it into my being until we got there and I got a little bit grounded. And anyway, so that's like this whole getting there thing. I put a little calendar here. I did text some receipts in there from a little bit of shopping we did later. This was like a cone thing that had stuff in it. And so I, you know, cut it off and made a pocket, and I made some tuck cards in here. We of course had a beautiful hike. It was just amazing. And, it was stunning. It was absolutely stunning. Although it was a little, not scary, but again, I'm anxiety driven. So it was a little bit anxious for me. There was no one out there. There was no one out there. We, didn't see anyone the entire drive out there once you get on this road to go. And we hiked for a good hour and a half and took some pictures. We didn't see anybody until the way back. And on the way back, we saw two couples, both of which were in hiking gear, and I'm in my leggings and, you know, college sweatshirt, and had, you know, backpacks and hiking, all of it, right? And the second couple was like definitely armed, and so had pistols on their belts, and prepared for bears, you know what I mean? And I was like, we're probably the people they talk about, like, oh, those stupid city folk. So anyway, this card, it says, into the wild I go, losing my way and finding my soul. And I just put a picture because, yes, it took me a minute, and then I was like, able to breathe and just totally take it all in, and it was just amazing. This little card says, life is better with you, and I just took a picture of my guy, because my life is completely better with him. We are opposites, we know that. I do a lot of things for him that he doesn't do well, and he does a lot of things for me that I don't do well, and pushing me out of my comfort zone. Like, I would follow him anywhere, you know what I mean? And even though I don't want to go. So, and it's always like, hey, let's do this. And I was like, oh, no, let's not. And he's like, yeah, it'll be great. Let's go. And like, we're in the car. And of course, I always have a good time. So that's me when I, you know, started to have a better time. Anyway, we got home in time, saw the girl, spent some quality time, did some shopping, fun shopping as well as like needed things. And then we took her and her new little guy friend out for dinner and dessert, and got some pictures. And I wanted to show you this. I had shown you this, I think, when I made the page, but when I cut apart my scrapbooking pages that have these journal cards on it, I had left some of them intact because they create kind of this little folio, if you will, or I don't know what you call this, but so I journaled it that way. You know, it gave me multiple journal spots, and I can just kind of tuck it in there. And then we went out for a very fun night. After dinner, after dessert, we went to a bar that they're allowed in because they're over 18 until like whatever time. And there was a live country band, and it was really fun. It was really fun. So we just hung out, listened to the band, and, you know, had fun. So I tucked some things in here. Let's see. Yeah. So then after soccer, so we went to church that morning, then we went to the soccer game, and then after soccer, we have to say goodbye. So that was a picture saying goodbye. Here's the program from church. Okay. So Monday, let's see, was the 3rd. So these little ghosts are from Lynn. The rest of these printables are all from Pam at the Pocket Journal Pam. I had the best time last month making a bunch of ephemera ahead of time. And just being able to pop it in the day I want it, like making journal spots, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to see that kind of throughout this. So this is an example of that. That's like super old scrapbooking paper, and then a little printout from her. So, but again, there's not a lot of journaling on these pages, you guys. So I know a lot of you often will say, well, I don't have anything to journal about, or my life isn't that exciting, or, and you're going to see a few pages. I know, because I've already flipped through this once today. You're going to see some pages that literally don't have journaling about anything on it. And so, or anything that day, you know, anyway, so just keep that in mind. You can journal about whatever you want. So anyway, I just put in here, yeah, I caught up on laundry and unpacking, and I got to make some ephemera. And then here I put lazy day, was home creating. I had my husband bring home pizza for dinner. Like literally, we didn't have any food. I didn't go to the market. I should have gone to the market, could have, and I chose not to. So I was like, bring home some pizza. We'll make it through the list. Here's my to-do list from the day, and like, look, didn't go to the market and didn't go to the gym. It definitely was on the list, and I chose not to do it. So, and I just put me time. This is like me grounding and getting back ready to go. Ready to go, because here we go. Here we go. It's Tuesday. Now, in retrospect, this is a beautiful reason to journal. And this is why I encourage everyone to journal in whatever capacity works, and there's different ways to do it. But one of the ways is to track things in retrospect, to look back at it and look at your mood or how you're feeling physically or whatever, and then be able to kind of look around it and see what was going on. Like, can we figure it out, right? So this is a work day for me. Little, again, journal ephemera card I made here. I just put long day at work. Okay. I was planning on going to the gym. I didn't make it. My last session ran late. Super stressful, whatever. So I didn't go to the gym. What I did do is drive through and get tacos. Yeah. At like a fast food store. I know. And then I had an amazing headache. And I went to bed early. Here's a little thing. It says I went to bed early and I'm not feeling well. In retrospect, I can look back and I can understand we just had like 4 days of eating crap, okay? Not exercising. Well, we went for a long hike, but that's not, probably not enough water, okay? And super stressful day. So of course I have a headache. Getting a taco for fast food was not what the best call for my body. It was like what felt good in the moment, but not long term. Okay, so like that's the other reason I love journaling, is because you can look back and be like, oh gosh, because sometimes when we're in the moment, it doesn't make sense. All right, so the next day, I took a picture and I was like, I'm so excited about fall, and then my dirty boots. I saw the picture when I got to work, and I was like, oh my god, and I cleaned off my boots. I hadn't worn them in forever. Collage sheet day from Pam, so this was the day I printed those out. And then look at this fun thing of ephemera I made here, this like little matchbook thing, if you will, with this bird. Is he not amazing? He's eating, I think, gross whatever, or worms, I don't even know. But I made a huge pot of pasta and shredded chicken and tons of veggies, a huge pot of soup tonight. It was so delicious, and obviously lasted forever, and we freeze some of it and all the good stuff. All right, here's another really fun tag. Now this is a page of an example where there's literally no journaling about the day. Well, you can decide, but whatever. Got up in the morning, did my morning routine, pulled my card. I got a volcano card today, and I was like, oh my gosh. And it was just so, yeah. So I wrote out the entire reading for the day, and I just had to ground myself and do some work before I headed into work, knowing kind of that was the energy I was carrying that day, and it just made so much sense. So anyway, this is just a fun tag I just put in here, but nothing about my day, right? This is the outside of my soap, my favorite soap from Bath and Body, the Beach, and that's it. Like, I don't know what we ate. I don't know, other than that. But it was something. And I don't think the purpose is always to document everything about my day. It's to document something about my day, or something I do want to remember. And I'm glad, I'm glad. And I love that this is in here. Like, I definitely transitioned to my smells. I mean, I know we're like into October. I probably should, but I'm not gonna save a little bit of soap for next year. You know what I mean? So we gotta use it up. All right. This is Friday. I know, because I had my lashes done and my nails done, which I don't normally do, but I forget when I had them done. I think, anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't normally have my nails done, as you can see. I had them done once before. I had them done. It doesn't matter. Nails done. Isn't that a cool finger, though, from Pam? I was digging it. This is like this cool bug thing. I wish I had put like a solid piece of white behind here so the bug showed up better. I could probably still do something of that. Let's see here. Let's see if, just so we can see what it looks like. if it would make a difference still. Yeah, because he's, oh, but I got glue in there, don't I? Oh, no, I don't. Let's see. Look how cool he is, you guys. Yeah, I got a little glue in there. Isn't he amazing, though? I might just do that. I might just stick something in here. I don't know. I'm going to leave it like that for now. I'll come back and fix it. But he shows up. Isn't he amazing? Anyway, I did go to the thrift stores. I didn't find much this day. And then I went to craft night. And again, you guys have seen me make this page, I think, if you've been here. It was fine. I was looking at it as a venue to host things, and it'll be super fun if we can get a time and, people can come. But anyway, everyone there that night was doing stitching. And I was the only one really with like paper, journals, scrapbook stuff everywhere. They're like, holy cow. And they were all like sewing little, whatever. So I was like, oh, geez. So if I go again, maybe I'll bring my slow stitch stuff, and that'll be fun. But anyway, had a great night. Another little piece. Oh, and I got my new mug out and started using it from Ray Dunn. It's a beautiful, this color green Halloween mug. Oh, it's gorgeous. And so that was my mug for last month. All right, the next page, again, no journaling really. Woke up early. I couldn't go back to bed. My husband leaves early, like out the door at 4:45 for sure, probably most days. And normally I go back to bed, or I'm getting up to head to the gym. Recently it's been back to bed. And anyway, I just, whatever. I couldn't go back to bed for whatever reason. I don't remember why, and so I ended up watching some YouTube videos early in the morning. And here's who I was watching: Lisa and Gail and Pam at the Paper Outpost and Elizabeth at Never Hopeless. And so, not a lot, right? My husband worked and then came home and watched football. Like, not a lot of journaling, but I love decorating the pages and getting something of a memory down there. Okay, the next day is Sunday, and I have so much to do, and I decide this is the day I need to go to the Dollar Tree and start getting like Halloween stuff, or start packaging up stuff for the kids for Halloween, to send them like a little packet of whatevers. Yeah, no, total avoidance. I know that, but yeah. So this is a little envelope from Stickers that I got at Walmart, I think. This is a little journal card I just made. This is the sticker from a candle I bought at the Dollar Tree, because I was also watching like Dollar Tree haul videos or whatever, of like, not haul videos, like what to make of things you find at the Dollar Tree videos, that sort of thing. So I had some great phone calls. I paid the bills today. I had a great call with Gigi, which is why this is on here, because she reminds me of Gigi. And with my Mighty Roo, and with my boy. So great, like, connecting day, right? And probably avoiding. But if they call, I'm not gonna like not talk to them. I have to talk to them, right? So like, I'm never not gonna have time to talk to my kids when they call. I mean, so anyway. Okay, so Monday, look at the to-do list, you guys. Look at the to-do list. Holy heck. So I just glued this little guy in there. I did watch a video this day. I put it on here, I think. Oh, what's happening? Oh, yeah. Learned how to make this pocket. So much fun. And so, like 1, 2, it opens up inside. There's a third if you want it. And then 4 here, pocket. It was just fun. Anyway, made this little guy on the front. I love it. I was working on our taxes and our bills, and it was just like a headache. It was horrible. But we had some other stuff to do, right? Had to do all the stuff. The thing I did not do is this medical bill, which I'm still dealing with. And it's like, so I put a little arrow like moving forward, because it goes in my planner. This isn't how I keep track of, that sort of thing. But such a pain. It's such a pain. And it's for the Roo, away at college, and had to go to the sports specialist out there because she's on, look at, okay. The next day was Tuesday. I can tell you, I already know this was like a really bad day at work, and stressful day at work. And so this was me, this was my face. But again, I had already kind of made this piece of ephemera, right? And so as I'm, going through it and finding what would fit for the day, this was kind of already made, which is, fun. So anyway, I put a journaling card in here. I was up early to finish taxes. Yeah. Day. Day. And then when I got home, I had 2 Happy Meals. It was so sweet. Um, to add to the day, this is what happened. I went to drop off the taxes and mail them, right? And then I went to my post office box for work and gathered my mail because I only go like once a month. Gathered my mail and hustle back to work. And as I'm going through my mail really quickly, I see in there like a postcard that says, "We have a package for you" at the front. Like oh my God. So I'm like, okay. So I had to go back later, and that was the Happy Meals. And I was like, oh, it was so sweet. So from Cynthia and Sweet Ellie B. And then I tucked a little, this is a trading card that Ellie made me, and it's just, I love it so much. And these are hard for me to leave in my journal. So, but I love it. And this is where it belongs. And I am thankful. It says, "Be thankful," and I am thankful. And I love it. So I don't know. I had it kind of tucked in this way. I don't know. It could go either way. And this is just a little corner, tuck space. And so it allows, I don't know. I'm loving it. And this was in the Happy Meal. Oh my gosh. So dang cute. So thank you guys so much. Okay, this page I made with you guys as well. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I decided I'm going to treat myself to a coffee today because, again, day, right? I'm like, I'm going to get a pumpkin spice latte because, like, I want it and I deserve it, basically, right? I'm going to treat myself, which I know is not the right mindset with food. But regardless, I went to get myself a pumpkin spice latte, and it's a little like drive-through shack, and there's traffic going both ways, right? So, and they're packed. I mean, it's middle of the week before 9 a.m. packed, okay? And these poor little girls are doing the best they can, and I love them, and they're amazing. So fine, I go order my coffee. We're chatting. She hands me my coffee. Off I go. I get to my desk. It is not my coffee. It is not my pumpkin spice latte. It is a black coffee. It might have been something a little like not quite all black, but like whatever it is, it's not mine. It's not pumpkin, and I'm now like. But like it's not worth the energy to go back, and like the poor little things, they're fine, like they're doing the best they can. And I mean, I'm not that type of person with stuff like this anyway. And as much as like as frustrating as it was to me, I was dying because I was like, as hard as this is an unflavored coffee. I will take it home, I'll drink it tomorrow, I'll make my own pumpkin spice latte with all my own stuff, like, and it's good coffee, it's great coffee, it's just not what I wanted. So, I was like, as frustrated as I am, can you imagine the person on the other side who got the pumpkin spice latte but was expecting a black coffee? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope they didn't go back and like, I hope they were nice, and hopefully they just gave it to someone in their office that wanted something sweet. I don't even know, but I was just dying. So, super long day at work. I don't even think I finished journaling. This is the label off of my coffee, I think from last year. So yes, when I buy coffee, of course I'm going to buy the one that looks like this on the label. That's beautiful. So anyway, ironically, I have this coffee filter in the middle because I had ordered some things for my son from Amazon, and I am conscious of the planet. I want to save the earth. I push the button that says, like, please deliver all, one package on the same day. We don't need next day. Just like, because I get Amazon is not helping with the earth thing. I get it. So he texts me. He's like, "Mom, what'd you send me?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? I sent you the 3 things you asked for. Like, we had talked about it. It wasn't a surprise. It was things he needed." And he's like, "Oh, it came in like an envelope, like a package envelope." And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "And there's a giant box, like not giant, but box." And I was like, "Oh, what do you mean?" So he opens this up, and there's 1,200 coffee filters in there. 1,200 coffee filters. I think I thought I ordered 120. I didn't even check the stupid price, you guys. Like, it would have been an indicator that I'm not getting 120, but I was like, beep, beep, beep. Send it to my son. So the boy now has enough coffee filters to get him through college, through graduate school, probably into his first home. I don't know. Whatever. So this was one of our coffee filters. I obviously just put it in there. And we were laughing so hard. I was like, "Son, I don't know. Like, can you can you rent them out to friends? Can you take some, I don't even know, to the yacht club? Like, what can you do? Because it's, yeah. So anyway, this is a little journaling spot I made here. I just put crazy day at work. My husband had a good day, and he's able to get off early the next day, which is what we weren't sure about yet. So that's super good. And then on the inside, I put some little stuff. Our executive director came and bought everyone Chinese food for lunch, so that was a nice treat. We all got to sit at the table and kind of just relax during lunch a little bit. So that was nice. Okay, this little sticker was fussing with me the last time I filmed this, and it's still, so I'll just glue it down. Okay, so the next day on Thursday, we were both able to leave at half day, right? Like, I think I left at noon, maybe 1, but regardless, yeah, and we hit the road. And so we drove out to Montana, which was nice. We hadn't done a daytime drive before, and so that was nice. It could be like a little tuck spot. I didn't obviously need to tuck anything in there. So we got out there like 9 o'clock. We ran to her dorm real quick because it's it's family weekend. I keep saying parents. It's family weekend. And so look, she has on our little board, Happy Parents Weekend. So dang cute. So we got to see her real quickly, and then we left to go to the hotel. Oh my gosh. So on the way out there, I'm still dealing with taxes, like on my phone. We're trying to do DocuSign and do whatever. And it's just like, stop. But I do want to put in here, I'll put a little thing like this. I also started but they got done. Taxes are done. I also started my slow stitch this day. And so I will put a little note in here about that, or something about my slow stitch, because that was kind of fun. And we were driving during the day, and so I had sunlight, right? And I was like stitching and talking to my husband, which is nice. And because I feel like when I read, like I'm not very present, right? Because I'm like reading. And so we can still have a conversation and whatever, but I got to be doing something. I'm not sitting in a car doing nothing for 7 hours, and I can't really sleep. It was the middle of the day. So when we leave at like 3 a.m., I sleep. I'm out. So anyway, okay, so the next day was Friday. This was the first day of parent family weekend, and my husband graciously went and took my daughter's car and got the new snow tires on it and got it all ready for winter, because they have a little different winter there than we do here, and so we want to make sure she's super safe and able to drive around and all that kind of stuff. Rue and I had a great morning. I did the campus tour. She like has to come and go, like, right? She has PT, and then she has training, and then she has practice, and then she has something else. And so it's ebb and flow, right? Like you see her for 2 hours, and then she has something to do, and then you're on your own for 2 hours, and then yeah. So that's kind of like our life, our life with Rue. I just see this little paw print here, and I'm gonna glue it in. I don't know where it goes. It goes down there, maybe. Sure, why not? I don't know if we want to use the gray, or we'll use the gray. So Rue and I had a great time. She gave me a full tour of the campus, and yeah, it's just so fun because like we'll do that. I got a pumpkin spice latte at her favorite little coffee shop, and so there was a bunch of things you could do. You could go on a stadium tour. You could go on, and I did. I went on some of that because, again, she was in practice, or one of her things, but I had already gotten a tour from her, and so it was pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, she took me out on the field. Like, I mean, it's pretty cool. Got to see the weight room. Got to see everywhere, that they practice all the stuff. So we got lanyards, and so here's our name tags. Here's like a bingo card for all the stuff you could do. I have a receipt in here. Yeah, just, fun stuff from the weekend. I put this note in here the last time I filmed, because this little pocket here, which again I made just out of scrapbook paper and this little thing, was a postcard, or, whatever card. I cut it down a little bit, but it went something like that. And I just put some pictures on the back of our day. So this is super fun. We got to go to class. The parents were invited to different classes, like 4 or 5 classes were offered. So only one of hers was offered. And so I went to that one. She, of course, was nervous. Like, oh my God, my mom's coming to class. Well, there was like 15 parents there. So, but it was interesting. And it was just fun. And she showed me like her art that she's doing for her education class. And that's just a picture of her on campus. But so I never actually journaled on here. So I left a note to journal. It was just funny because she was nervous about her test in that class, and she had told me. And when we get there, like all the kids are freaking out. They're all on their phone, and they're like, "Did you get yours?" And they're supposed to get their first exam grades back, right? And nobody thinks it went well, and so they're freaking out. And so the faculty was super sweet. He was like welcoming the parents, and he's like, "Don't be alarmed." And he was telling the kids like, I'm not posting your grade. Like, I know some of you have parents in town, and I don't think you need the added stress, and I don't think, that's what you guys, it was just very sweet. And so, and then he says, and I need to tell you, like, for a lot of you, this is going to be like the worst grade you've gotten, and welcome to freshman year of university, like, type thing. And he's like, you have ways to bring up your grade, like, don't panic, but, and so all of them, just like this giant sigh of relief went out of their chest when he's like, okay, we're not getting the test back, because, they were nervous about it. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Gosh, the stress on these kids, you guys, I remember it, but like, to view it as a parent and have the teacher say it, I think it's important. So anyway, Saturday was a hoot. We went footballing all day. We started with a breakfast for parents with like, the cheer team and part of the band and Monty and like all the stuff. It was super fun, and speakers and all sorts of goodness. It was a hoot. What else did we do? This day we had the reception also at the Honors College. So that was fun. We met the dean there. We met the people there, and that was really, really nice. That was very fun. And then this day was all football. We tailgated. We didn't actually go into the game. There is the ticket from the game. And then we went shopping for boots previously, and she hadn't found them, so I gave her my boots, and she was wearing. She's so dang cute. So she has them if she wants them. They're not her perfect pair, but whatever. And then I took pictures, like all the big tailgates, and just such a hoot. And then my husband's boss called and said he was in South Carolina. Would it be okay if he took our son out to dinner? And so he took our son out to dinner. And my son is a foodie, you guys, like always has been. And so is my husband's boss. And so they went out and shared a very expensive glass of wine and had steak and lobster. And like, he asked my son where he wanted to go. And my son is not going to be like, oh, let's go to the burger joint. My son was like, how about this restaurant? And they had like a great time. And we got all the details like from both of them. It was very sweet. So there's a picture of that in there. This is just us at the football game, and then breakfast with the mascot. My husband was showing him his new tattoo of the Montana Grizzlies. So yeah. All right, the next day. Oh, well, the next day is the 16th. So let's stop there. That's the 15th. That's halfway through the month. Let's stop there. I appreciate you watching. I hope you're documenting your days. I hope you are making good memories, and I hope you find something today that inspires you. Take care. Bye.